look so good.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Cussing on my lip.
Why you do that? Now, I'm gonna let y'all know that this video was probably gonna be controversial to some. So if hearing a strange woman voice their opinion is going to offend you, please click out because I ain't pulling no punches in this one. I'm not. Okay? I warned you. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I know that we have this new generation of women who feel like being absolutely classless is freedom, allowing everybody and anybody in their womb after knowing them for 2.2 seconds. Oh yeah, that's women's empowerment. That's freedom. That's expression. No, it ain't. But it's women out here thinking that all of these type of things are a good look and you're a prude or you're a hater if you say that there's a problem with it, when there is and should be plenty of problems with it. Because my thing is this, is that why are there women out here wearing skirts with their booty cheeks exposed? Just out in the world, booty everywhere. You putting your raw booty on chairs, benches. What are you doing? Like, what's the purpose? Are you nuts? Like, I really make it make sense to me. Like, in what place in society are we at where a woman going outside with her butt cheeks out? Because I seen this in my real life. Truthfully, I seen this at the mall, and I live in a bougie neighborhood, okay? And my mall is bougie as well. I didn't see the white tee girls. I didn't see the black girls. And it's crazy to me. Like, what are you doing? Why would you wear a skirt where your booty cheeks is out? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And I want y'all to know that this is not about respectability politics, because I'm tired of people hiding behind that. Because I have said before, I've seen all races of people doing this. It's not just black women. But this, what I'm about to speak about right now, is going to be on the lens of speaking towards black women, because frankly, that's who I'm concerned with, who I care about. But we're not going to hide behind respectability politics today. You walking around with your booty cheeks out, you look trifling. You walking around with your areolas out to the world, I look at you, your areolas is out. What are you doing? At what point you ain't think, oh, maybe I should wear a black bra under this. Maybe I should. What are we doing? Like, you look sleazy. And I really want to know why you think you want to represent yourself like that. Why do you feel power in over-sexualizing yourself? Like, why do you feel power in looking like you don't got no morals? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I literally don't understand it. And seeing this young woman sitting there looking like she ain't got no morals at all, standing up and being judged by Negroes. First of all, the Negro that was in a wheelchair has an open case, or he's a witness for a RICO case tied to Young Thug. This man then brought an AR to a gym that had kids there. He's connected to men that unalive people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And y'all already know the other man, Charleston White. He's an alleged admitted rapist that speaks about his disdain for black women and how he loves to cheat on his black wife and how he likes to use and abuse women like the lady in his video. Not to mention that this man has an open case right now. He just got locked up for unaliving somebody's animal or something like that, and aggravated assault. And you're there for what? You're there to get these men's attention? And you want me to feel like not to speak up and say, why are we doing this, black women? And of course, it's not all black women, but these type of black women, what are we doing? And there are a lot of young black girls that are being influenced by this 304 culture. It's being normalized. It's being normalized when you see Jocelyn's Cabaret on Zeus, when you see baddies, when you see all of these things. All of these girls are the same archetype. And what they're slowly but surely trying to do is make this the image of the black woman. They're trying to make this normal for black women and black girls to behave this way. And I don't care what anybody says. This is not a good look. This is not what you should want your daughters, your mama, heck, your grandmama to act like. Loud, ignorant, misrepresenting yourself, or representing yourself as being good for only one thing. Not to mention, like I said, you're trying to gain the attention of loser men. And then I can't believe that there were women that actually were lining up to talk to these black men. First of all, they're only known on the chitlin circuit. Then you're lining up to be chosen by these losers? Like, I don't understand it. Like, what would make you ever have this type of esteem about yourself? Y'all not trying to meet no businessmen. You're not trying to meet no millionaires, no billionaires, no ballers, no respectful men that's going to do you right. You trying to stand there and be chosen by men that don't even really like black women, clearly. And then when these men do you exactly how you should have already known they was going to do you, you're going to be somewhere complaining. When these men run through you, use you, abuse you, like what you thought. Honestly, because in my opinion, these men are very open with how trash they are. And yet, women still showed up. Yet, this woman showed up. And then you shocked at how they treated you. Because that was insanely disrespectful. Like, honestly. And my thing is this, is that the amount of disrespect that they showed her was insane. It was, and I have got to admit that. And it was insane regardless of how she presented, because they should not have treated her in that way, regardless of what she had on. Telling that woman to sit on your lap and then move in the chair so that she could hurt herself, it was definitely meant to degrade and humiliate her. And it's because they didn't think she was anything at all. They didn't even look at her as a human being. And she put herself in this position because she already degraded herself by what she wore. I don't care what you say about it. By what she wore. She also humiliated herself by the simple fact that she showed up and agreed to be filmed trying to be picked by two degenerate dusties. Yuck. Like, I can't even imagine. That's just like me showing up to a place where they say, hey, you know what? We want ladies to come today. We're going to chop off all of your fingers and toes. And I just come in like, I'm first in line. I'd love to get my fingers and toes chopped off. Like, what are you doing? And, really, this is why it's so important to instill high self-esteem, high morals into our young black girls so that this isn't them in a few years. Because a lot of times now we got this whole thing that, we're not going to judge. Let everybody do what they want to do. Don't kink shame. Don't slut shame. Don't shame this and shame that. I'm sorry, but sometimes people need to be shamed. Sometimes people need to be judged. Sometimes people need to be saying, hey, what are you doing? That's wild. You shouldn't be doing that. That's not a good look. That's going to lead you down nowhere. It's the same thing how I feel with X work. Honestly, now we got people trying to normalize girls having OnlyFans and having orgies and threesomes and getting bust down 50 different ways by 50 million different men. Oh, you know what? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't shame me. I'm just doing work. Really? Would you want your daughter to do that work? Would you want your mama to do it? Would you really? The same people that's hooting and hollering about how acceptable it should be and how normalized it should be. You would blow a gasket if you had a daughter that you watched up grow from birth, and she was so intelligent, she was so beautiful, this and that, and she told you that's what she was going to do with herself. So, yeah, if it ain't good for your daughter, it ain't good for your mama, it ain't good for you, it ain't good for nobody. But I'm just saying, I don't know what part of the game where we have managed to make acceptable things that we knew were wrong and were negative for women that had bad effects. Because when people talk about X work and talk about thotting and bopping, nobody talks about the fact that plenty of these girls that have been doing that got diseases that they can't get rid of. Plenty of these girls got mental issues from all the things that have happened, all the ways that they've been disrespected, all the ways that they felt dirty inside, all of these things that have mentally took a toll on them, and also things that have physically took a toll on their bodies that they may never be able to get rid of. And also the fact that a lot of times when they want to try to do something different and change their lives away, people won't let them change. People want to bring up the things that they did in the past. I think there is a corn star, if I'm not mistaken, her name is Mia Khalifa. She was trying to do like some type of podcast and not do, corn anymore. And all these men were popping videos underneath like on X for her and showing her what she used to do and trying to humiliate her and degrade her. And she was saying how she felt like she couldn't ever get away from the things that she did in the past. Truthfully, and I really would like you guys to know something. Why does freedom or empowerment always have to come with overexposure or over actualizing yourself or doing anything with anybody at any time of an actual nature? You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell people what to do or how to live, but we got to be real. And some people don't want to be, because they don't want to be looked at as judgmental. They don't want to be looked at as prude. They don't want to be looked at as I'm trying to, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to tell them what to do. Sometimes people need to hear that. They need to hear like, hey, you go down this road of doing this. Yeah, you think it's cute right now while you 18, 19, 20, 25. But at 30, you're going to be like, Dad, why did I do that? Why did I play myself like that? Why did I allow these men to do this to me? Why did I go and make this? Yeah, I got this money from OnlyFans, but look at the scars that are on my soul. Like, I don't understand why nobody wants to talk about this. Or why does you being sexy always got to equate with everybody seeing everything that you got to offer? I'm seeing your labia. I'm seeing your vulva. I'm seeing your areolas. I'm seeing your gluteus maximus. I'm seeing everything that God gave you, and you just walking down the street. Like, what? At what point is that cool? But then you think that being like that, you supposed to attract some type of godly, smart businessman that's respectful, that's going to stay in the house and wife you up. Excuse me, I promise you that's not who you're going to attract. You're not. And I think people don't even, and not that we want to even break it down to wanting a man, because there are plenty of women that don't want men, are happy without men. My mom got divorced from my father after 20 some years, and she seemed very happy with her decision of never being with somebody again. So I'm not saying that all women need that, but I'm just saying that a lot of women still do want that. And a lot of women that I've noticed that want that are women that engage in this type of behavior. You got Brittany Renner. You know what I mean? You got a whole bunch of others that have engaged in such behavior that want. Anyway, I could talk about this at another time because I don't want to go too deep on it. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is that I don't want to hear when I'm saying it's like, oh, you're old, you're jealous, you're mad that these girls' bodies are tea. You know what? You just want to stop us from being ourselves and being free. It's nothing like that. And it's not even about the whole femininity movement where people shame Black women for being themselves and they try to say, oh, Black women, you're masculine. None of that BS. It's none of the whole let's modest culture where you got these women dressing up with muumuus and doggone like little gold jewelry on, and they feel like that's modest, just having a muumuu on or having a doggone Victorian era dress buttoned up to your neck. I'm not saying anything about that because that's not the type of time I'm on. But it's just like, why can't you dress in a way that is respectful to not only yourself, but the people around you? I don't understand the idea of representing yourself in the worst way possible because we got to keep it a buck here. Okay, we got to keep it real because whoever's listening to this, you judge people based on appearance. Everyone does. When you see somebody walking down the street, right? Let's say you see two businessmen, they look clean cut, they look normal, or two business women. Then you see somebody with tattoos all over their forehead that say 666 on the chin. It's a tattoo that say devil. They got Baphomet on their arms, and they walking toward you. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness. Hopefully, I don't got to reach in my bag and pull out the blick because this person look crazy. Or whatever. How you present yourself a lot of times is the way you are treated, is the way people think your character is. All of these things. Is that fair? Maybe, maybe not. But it is a fact of the world. Every single person looks at somebody and makes decisions on what they think is going on, even if it's momentarily before they get to know the person. You get what I'm saying? So and then before the people come on and say, oh, well, women are essayed and abused no matter what they were. You are right. And I'm not dismissing that women are disrespected, abused, essayed, no matter what they have on. It's children that have been violated and everybody, older women that have been violated, like, elderly women and all of that stuff. But think about this logically and not with your emotions, right? If you think that a man or men will try you with a hoodie and some sweatpants on, what do you think that the really ignorant ones are going to do when they see you walking down the street with a thong on and your butt cheeks out? I'm just wondering what you think. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? And I really want everybody to know that this particular archetype of a woman that is being force-fed and pushed on black girls and black women is not a good look. I don't care what nobody say. Because anytime I talk about this, I hear people say like, oh, there are plenty of sexy reds out in the world. I know plenty of sexy reds in my hood. I sure do. So, that doesn't mean they should be there. Being ignorant, being uneducated, being loose, representing yourself that anyone who has a coin can get in them guts, over-actualizing yourself, and not even painting yourself as a human being with not an intelligent thought in your head is crazy work. It's wild to me. It's like, in what world would you want a daughter that will grow up and behave and dress this way? I don't understand. And then not only that, would you want a daughter that was really trying to get the attention of men that only have one thing in store for them, which is disrespect? Because if these girls are ready to drop the draws and do anything for these men, because that's what these heifers are there for. Let's keep it real here. You don't show up dressed how she was dressed and you're not ready to go. You're not ready to go out the door, drop it low. You're not. So you ready to do that, and these men still disrespect you, still degrade you, still play in your face, put you in a position to be hurt. And that should be scary for so many reasons. Scary, number one, that there's no amount of already degrading yourself for a man that he won't seek to degrade you further, because she was already degrading herself. So why did you have to push it further to humiliate her? That's number one. And number two, the fact that they did it to her and felt like, oh, if she get mad that we degraded her, so what, get lost. That means there are so many more black women waiting there that are also willing to be degraded, that they can use at their whim whenever they want to. And that's absolutely terrible. And honestly, I really do believe the reason why a lot of this is going on even more so is because everybody nowadays is too afraid to say when things aren't right. A lot of the women that are so-called elder women now, women in their 40s like me, women that may be in their late 30s, even the women that may be in their 50s, they like, bruh, I be trying to tell these young girls this and that, and they call me old and say I'm hating. So I ain't finna say nothing. You just come back and revisit this when you're 35 and tell me how it worked out for you, baby girl. I can guarantee you'll have a lot of baggage like Erykah Badu. Bag lady. That's what's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. That really just blew my mind. I felt sorry to see that girl humiliated that way. I really did. It hurt me to see that happen to her. But then it also enraged me because she put herself in a position to be treated like that. And then to be treated like that by two men that literally have no value or worth as human beings. Literal scum. Like literal smegma. Like you could literally just put them in a vat of ooh and goos and toxic waste, and they would meld into it and become one because they're that trashy and disgusting, both of those men. It's just like, wow, this is where we at. This is where we at. And, like I said, anytime people try to say anything, it's, you hating, that's old time, old logic. Well, sometimes old logic works, baby. But everybody think it's cute when you're not old enough to face the consequences of what actions you're putting in place now. But anyway, I digress. I don't want to rant too much about this. I just really thought that y'all should see this and we could have a conversation about it. And I would love to know you guys' perspectives. Do you think there's a problem? Do you not? What? Y'all just let me know what y'all think. I mean, this I do feel really strongly about. I really do feel like this is a problem. I have 2 daughters, okay? I would never, ever, I would feel like I failed them. I would feel like I failed as a parent flat out if I ever saw my daughters on here when they got to be adults doing this with their butt cheeks out, trying to holler at two dust buckets, two dirty Dans, like two dirty dicked dog. Like, what? My flappers would be gassing. I'd be like, really though? Like, I just, no. And it's just horrible. It's just horrible. It's just terrible to see. And I do feel very passionate about this because we got to stop this. We got to stop this. There's a reason why they're putting so much money right now into certain images and certain imagery surrounding Black women. The reason why Sexy Red is blowing up everywhere and she's being seen everywhere and they're pushing her as mainstream. But they don't want to push women that are educated, young Black women that are educated and classy, that represent Black women in a good way that would actually have a positive influence on Black women. You know? Why? There's a reason why Baddies and Jocelyn Cabaret, people watching that and going crazy and knowing these people. Like, there's a reason for that. And we have to not only unpack that, but deconstruct that and put something else in place. And the only way it's going to happen is if we as Black women stop with the, oh, I don't want to say anything when things are certainly wrong. I just want to act like everything nowadays is cool. I don't want to shame anybody. I literally saw a thread on Facebook where people were saying, don't shame people that are into scat play. What? What are we talking about? You mean to tell me that you don't think that never mind, y'all. Cause that's why I'm telling you, I had to tell my husband about that. Cause I was like, bro, what? Like they mad at people for trying to say that's disgusting. Or like the girls that go to Dubai and never mind. All right, I'm done, y'all. I digress because I don't want to bring y'all down that disturbing rabbit hole that I went down. You don't want to know. Or maybe you do. If you do, let me know in the comments. But anyway, I digress. If you watched this whole video and you really enjoyed it, do me a favor. I'm getting all these twos again lately. And I don't know what to do about it. I just got to use it too because I don't feel like there's a number other than that I can use for this. If you watched this whole video, you enjoyed it, drop a 2 in the comments and you already know why. Because all parties involved in that video was what? Boo, boo. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Do your girl a free favor. I know times are hard out here. I know inflation is going crazy. So just do your girl a free favor. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Drop me a like and a comment so that you can help your girl get a little coin possibly. I don't know. But as always, y'all, I really love to hear y'all perspective, y'all thoughts. So please, ladies, drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.